stand together, we'll never fall. We can make a difference.
Well, hi there, and welcome back to another episode of the All Around Growth Podcast. Today is Thursday, September 15th, 2022, and this is episode number 422 of a show where we co-create life together with our families here on the homesteads, or if you don't have a homestead of your own, you join me while I create a homestead with mine. We talk about the 5 W's and how as we grow along with the family business here at York Meadow Farm, and the 5 W's and how are questions whose answers are considered basic in information gathering or problem solving. Much of what takes place here as we grow and develop the family business and everything else that's taking place here on the homestead. Today we are talking about how you can save big when you shop online with our show sponsor, who happens to be York Meadow Farm. Okay, and as listeners of this show, as listeners of the podcast, you are going to receive even bigger discounts than the email subscribers. And I'm able to work out deals like that because in large part, I make the nourishing fermented foods that York Meadow Farm sells. However, before we dive into the most recent updates from the farm on these big savings, the big savings for the email subscribers, and ultimately how you can save even more, let's take care of a little housekeeping with regard to the show. Like I said, the show sponsor today is York Meadow Farm. At this time, York Meadow Farm is the only show sponsor, okay? And for those of you who don't know, York Meadow Farm produces handcrafted batches of probiotic-rich fermented foods and natural bath and body products scented with pure essential oils. All right. In addition to, like I said, that's all we've got for a show sponsor at this time. And I'll talk a little bit more about sponsorship and affiliates here in just a moment. But at this time, one show sponsor, that's York Meadow Farm. And like I said, there's some affiliates floating around here and things that I've been promoting, and I just want to be very open and transparent about what's going on in that realm. So here's the deal. I've been promoting a few products and services that I've been using lately that add value to and improve my life. I've shared them with you. I haven't fully discussed this whole affiliate thing. There's been some discussion about advertisements in the past, and so the formal inclusion of a show sponsor and the promotion of products and services through affiliate links is part of the growth and development of this show. Like I said, I tried advertising. I decided to opt out. I mean, we all listen to podcasts for various reasons, and I know that for me personally, one reason I initially began listening to podcasts in the first place was to avoid advertising. So after trying that out for a couple of months, I said no. After listening to you, the audience, and then seeking guidance from others who've walked a similar path with podcasting like this, the idea of joint ventures between the show and other institutions and people seemed like the optimal solution. So if you have a product or service that you wish to promote and are interested in engaging in some kind of joint venture opportunity with me that benefits us both and helps us both grow, let me know. Some of you guys out there are already doing this, but we haven't officially discussed it or labeled it as such yet. But the fact that we are doing this, I'm excited about that, and honestly, I'm really excited to discuss these concepts with you as I continue learning them myself. So stoked on that. Excited to share that with you. You know who you are. Maybe you don't. I don't know. But anyway, speaking of sponsors and affiliates, there are a few that I support. And, We've discussed a lot about them lately, specifically the goal setting workbook, right? That's one that I've been discussing for, since November of 2021. And even though we are in September of 2022, and maybe you're feeling like you didn't make the progress that you wanted to make on your goals, or you let some New Year's resolutions slide, whatever, it's not too late. You can use this to get a jump start on 2023. You can use this to get a jump start on the last quarter of the year of 2022. You can use this to get started with something today. So just check that out. That's been the big, maybe the biggest influence on the direction of the show, the direction of my life, and it's just had a tremendous impact on me, and I can't support the implementation and use of this 2022 goal setting workbook along with the 48 Days Eagles community enough. So I'll link to both of those two in the show notes. And boy, I'm kind of looking at things. There are a couple things that I've promoted in the past I need to go through, and I need to remove some of these affiliates that I no longer am interested in promoting. I'm not going to go through and discuss all of the specific ones that I'm going to remove, but if you're interested in that which I am no longer promoting, then feel free to join us in the Telegram chat at t.me/allaroundgrowth, and you can engage with us there. That is where we are most active on social media, and at least that is where I am most active. And I'm happy to share with you who we are letting go. And but anyways, yeah. As far as affiliates, here's the deal. If you're a new podcaster, you're interested in podcasting, then check out Buzzsprout. Buzzsprout is who I use for my podcast hosting. It's very, very easy to use with any and all website hosts. It connects with all podcast players very easily. It's just super easy to use. I've been doing this off my phone for a long time. It's, like I said, it's easy to use. I've also experimented with Libsyn. This is what I decided to go with. So if you want to launch a professional sounding podcast in an easy way, then check out Buzzsprout. I'll link to that in the show notes. I don't promote this very often, and maybe I should, but I'm a fan of Instacart. I don't use Instacart very often because right now it's in season and I have an abundance of produce. But for the things that I can't get on farm, like certain spices, certain oils, Greek yogurt, frozen berries, things like that. At least in the quantities that I wish. I'm shopping at Aldi, and Instacart makes that super easy. And quite frankly, the way that it's working now, I can't go to the store, do the shopping, and drive back in the amount of time that it takes me. Oftentimes, because I'm on the fringes of town, like a mile from the unincorporated township, by the time it takes me to get there, park, and then even if I were to pick up oftentimes the stuff is here before then. So it's amazing. So if you are, or if you've heard of Instacart, you're not actively using it, then check out the link in the show notes. Again, it's an affiliate link. You win, I win. Don't know what to say. It's you can't lose. Hell, man, even Cody started using Instacart this year. And for somebody who's a bit more of a purist when it comes to food than I am, it's almost a no-brainer. There are certain things that we need that we can't produce ourselves. Aldi is a great place to obtain it. And it's not just Aldi. Aldi is where I buy from most of the time. But there's an abundance of stores available through Instacart, and it's just going to make your life easier. So check that out. Like I said, the one that I've been talking about the most lately, I've mentioned Pre-Search in passing, a decentralized search engine which allows you to search privately, receive better search results, and get rewarded with tokens, right? If you're into crypto and you're into just a different way to handle browsing the interwebs, then check out Pre-Search. And speaking of tokens and cryptocurrency and all the things, I've been listening to podcasts. Now, I haven't been listening to a whole lot of podcasts lately, but I've tried to begin listening to more frequently. And my first podcast player that I'm going to find them is Fountain. And Fountain is a value for value podcast player. It's the only podcast app that rewards both listeners and podcasters for the value they bring to the platform. So when you listen to podcasts, you're streaming Satoshis. When you are a content creator and you put your show on Fountain, there's a whole community of people out there that are into Bitcoin, transferring Bitcoin to one another through the Lightning Network that works in conjunction with Fountain. And it's a very cool, almost social media-like platform. You can take clips, share clips, and it just works well. The only downside about it is that not all podcasts are listed on the Fountain Podcast Player. As a content creator, you have to take steps and be proactive about putting your content on there and creating a profile on there. So guys, if you are a content creator, specifically a podcaster, make sure that you're doing that. And if you can't find your favorite podcasts on Fountain, reach out to the content creator in question and encourage them to check it out. Links to Fountain are in the show notes. You can use that and also share that with your favorite content creators to make sure that they get on Fountain as well. If you're interested in the whole Bitcoin crypto deal, the easiest way to buy Bitcoin is Strike. That is the most recent way I have been purchasing Bitcoin myself. And one of the reasons I like Strike is it gives you the ability to get paid in Bitcoin from your employer. I've done this personally. I have tested it. It works flawlessly. You can have your paycheck or a portion of it or the whole damn thing if you wanted to. You can get paid in Bitcoin. All right. Strike is a great way to do it. And if you use this app, you get $10 as a sign up, or if you use this link rather, to download the app onto your phone or into your browser, whatever, you get $10. I get $10. Just like Fountain, it's value for value. Everyone wins. And that's about it. And in terms of the all-around growth affiliate marketplace, right? In terms of these joint venture partners, if you've got something out there that that you're promoting, a product or service, and you're a content creator as well, and you like what I'm doing, and you want me to promote what you're doing, and you want to promote what I'm doing, you want to work with me, like I said, reach out. You know what to do. Now, let's get into the meat of the show. Excuse me. Like I said, we've been talking about this online store launch here at the farm for a few months. We've been talking about it on the podcast for just about that length of time too, just not as frequently. Now, over the past month, there's been more work going into it and an increased effort to promote the launch of the online store. There's been some emails going out, some teasing going on about what email subscribers can receive in terms of a discount. Made a blog post last week that we were launching the store in 2 weeks. I alluded to that in an episode last week. Yesterday, I made another blog post mentioning that we are offering big savings. And there was an image that said, "We love our customers and we are offering email subscribers big savings for the opening of the online shop next week." So I dropped this blog post around noon and just said, make sure you spread the love to friends and family on social media so they can learn more too. And you want to select going to the Facebook event, which I linked to there. And oops, I meant to say invite your friends, but I didn't. I wanted to ask people to invite people, but I just encouraged them to share the event and engage the algorithm. And I also made a post on Instagram about it, linking to this blog post, which at the end of the day and at the end of the post encourages people to sign up for the newsletter to receive that discount. Okay? And I'll just go ahead and give you the discount now. The discount for email subscribers is email 20. Okay, so you get 20% off by using that code. Now that code has a 2-week time frame on it. After 2 weeks, the online store is open. Email subscribers aren't going to get that code anymore, but email subscribers will get periodic offers and special sales from time to time. Okay, that's great, right? But what about you? What about you as a listener of the show? And what do you get? Well, for supporting me and the work that's been taking place here with the show, you get 20% and then some. 25% is what we're doing. So that's a pretty significant discount for listeners of the show. We're going to do this for an undetermined period of time, and I'm not really sure how long that's going to last, but you know, that's my way of saying thank you for supporting the show, for participating in the community that we have. And even if you're not directly participating in the Telegram community, even if you're not directly participating in some of the communities online, it's highly likely you're participating in my life somehow, and the life of my family, or the lives of my family members. And for that, I'm grateful. So the least that I can do is say thank you and offer you 25% off. So to get that, all you need to do is include the code, the promo code All Around Growth when you check out of the online store that launches next week, and you will save 25%. So All Around Growth is your code, and I appreciate it, guys. So stay tuned for tomorrow's show where one of you guys out there is going to be featured on the show. And that's right, we're going to do an audience member highlight show tomorrow where we talk about the work that you are doing, the life that you are living, and the co-creation of it all. I'm really looking forward to tomorrow's episode and sharing that with you. And this is Rob Kaiser, and thank you.
That I want to try. People may think that it's odd that I believe in friendship and love. And truth is always the best way to the world that may seem odd. I'm an odd fellow. I'm an odd fellow. If we stand together, we'll never fall. We can make a difference and answer the call. You know the times are wasting every day, and we can help somebody along the way. That I believe in friendship and love. Truth is always the best way to the world that may seem odd. I'm an odd fellow. You're an odd